G'day everybody, welcome back to Starfield. Hope you guys are doing well. We are aboard the ECS Constant. Now this is a human colony ship, well apparently a human colony ship, which had left Earth a good 200 years ago, and they basically left Earth before grav jump technology was developed. They tried to get their way with normal drives all the way out here to where Paradiso is located, obviously. And yeah, in the previous episode, we basically made first contact with these guys, and they were thinking that perhaps maybe we were aliens and all that sort of stuff. So now we've got a bit of a predicament here because they had taken, you know, almost 200 years to get here, and meanwhile the people on Paradiso had already settled the planet. And now we've got a little bit of a conflict of interest going on between the two parties where, well, you know, they're basically saying that they've got a 200-year-old stake or a claim to the world, but, you know, the town of Paradiso has already been set up, so they've asked us basically to negotiate, and they've asked us to be very firm on the negotiation initially, to sort of ask them to I guess yield the planet completely, but I don't think that's going to happen, so some kind of compromise is likely going to need to be had here. But anyway, we've had a chat with various people. We last had a chat with this Amin. He's the chief engineer. There are a whole bunch of computers here that we could potentially look into and maybe even sabotage, I'm guessing, if you know, our motives were going to be a little bit sinister. People don't seem to mind us sort of looking at some of these panels though, so I might actually quickly check to see if there's like, oh okay, the to be used only by or under supervision of qualified engineer. Okay, cool. Maybe they've got some level of security. I'm going to continue our efforts to just get to know these people before going back down to Paradiso and reporting in.
So much more to learn about now.
And, you know, explaining to them what's going on. I guess, yeah, alright, so all of these consoles are inaccessible at this point. Right, well, let's leave this area and let's see if we can continue exploring in this ship. It is quite a large ship, actually. I mean, it is a colony ship after all, right? So, yeah, so that's the way down.
Now that we know what's out there, things are going to be more interesting from here on out.
And I have a feeling we've sort of come
just because our equipment's old,
right around, like full circle, potentially. Yeah, okay, that's the captain's office. So, let's see. I'm thinking maybe we take one of these elevators, though I just don't want to miss anything. So, medical bay and cargo bay are both down below us, maybe. And this is where we were before. Could go down here. Ah, no, we were in this room before. Maybe I should be taking one of the elevators to get us to another level. Actually, that's not an elevator. Very confusing. The medical bay and lift. Yeah, not a bad setup that they've got. I don't know about the recycled food and all that sort of stuff, though. They probably have a limited menu here, and I'm not entirely sure if things grow well or not, and if things taste nice or not either. Hydroponics.
I wonder what it's like out there beyond our little community.
Take a look at the medical bay.
It's a peaceful ship. Don't change that.
I was hoping maybe there might be a doctor in here that might need some help with medical supplies and the like. More storage. A mausoleum. Oh, wow. Okay, so this would be all of the colonists that have perished during the journey, and we did hear that
Am I glad you weren't some sort of...
they didn't really have any sort of like cryotech to, you know, keep colonists alive for a very long journey. So basically, the people that we see here are offspring of the people who first left. Mausoleum records. We pay our respects to those that came before us on this, our journey to preserve the human race. Yeah, okay, this probably would be extremely long. I'm guessing this is like, I don't know, initials of all of the dead, perhaps? Got candles and everything in here as well. Interesting. Alright. Oh, actually here, there is a doctor.
Difficult choices must be made. We did what we believed we needed to do to keep humanity alive on this ship. Wait, how is it I don't know you? I know everyone on this ship.
I'm a visitor from outside the ship.
Oh my. Yes, of course. Sorry, I was with a difficult patient when the announcement came through. But now I remember. They sent my husband, Mabuti, to greet you. It's quite fortunate that you arrived when you did, for Mabuti's sake. Hopefully you can help resolve our current predicament.
For Mabuti's sake. It didn't seem like anything was wrong with him.
There isn't. At least not in the medical sense. Since he was one of the eldest on board, he was ready to volunteer for termination. Thankfully, since you've arrived, that no longer seems necessary. It means that he was going to volunteer his own life for the sake of the others on this ship, due to limited spaces and supplies. Like the others, his life would then be honored with special distinction and recorded for history. Rarely we had to make difficult choices when no one would volunteer. But Mabuti is too generous to let that happen.
Damn. Wow. Okay, so these guys are... some of them are really selfless. To try and keep everyone alive, they would basically just put their hand up to be put to death. Well, hopefully the situation no longer calls for that.
I certainly hope so, too. It shouldn't.
Can I assume that you're the chief medical officer?
Indeed. There aren't many doctors on board. In addition to regular checkups, I perform surgeries, obstetrics, and other medical procedures. I also help train the next generation of doctors. After all, someone must. It's demanding work.
What happens if the population grows too much?
We try our best to avoid that through careful family planning. Rarely we run into situations where things do not go according to plan. And then we must adjust and make difficult decisions concerning our community and resources. We never do anything without careful consideration. But at the end of the day, we need to do what is best for the ship, so as not to put everyone in jeopardy. What is it?
I thought we already asked what was wrong with Mabuti.
Nothing. Not in the medical sense. As one of the
Yeah, okay.
It means, like the others, rarely we...
It's actually the same thing.
Goodbye.
Whoops. Did not mean to pull out my gun there. That almost took a sinister turn if I put a bullet in her. Anyway. So, I think we might be done with the ship here, although I would like to go and see Mabuti again, because he did greet us, and we didn't really get a chance to actually speak to him further, so I wonder if he can be found anywhere.
Never seen a ship like yours before. Well, then again, I haven't seen any.
Okay, this is a residential
Wow.
area.
Hi.
I can't remember if we
Your
have been
arrival
here.
has
Oh yeah,
given
here we
me
go. Mabuti da Costa.
If there is ever anything you need from me, I will do my best to help.
Your wife said you were volunteering for termination. Why?
Yes, our daughter is now pregnant with our second child, and the constant is at capacity. It is the duty of the old to make way for the young. It is how we have survived. There is a small chance that if we cannot resolve this issue with the settlement below in time, I may need to follow through and do what is right for all of us. I doubt it will come to that, because you have brought us hope. But nothing is guaranteed. I am at peace with that, as my parents were before me. Lorelei is, of course, not pleased. She can be a little stubborn. But, as she is also the one to carry out the procedure, it is understandable.
Yeah, I guess if I was the doctor who had to actually give the lethal injection or, whatever other procedure it might be, I guess that would be really tough on me as well, so I can understand. You seem very kind and generous. I'm glad your sacrifice is no longer necessary.
Thank you. It's the way I was raised to be. I make sacrifices so that others may live on. For example, there was an elderly couple on board. They had no children, and their family name was to die with them. I convinced Lorelei that we should take it on. My brother will continue our family legacy, but I will carry on the DeCostas.
What was life like, living on a colony ship for all these years?
Life on a colony ship has its ups and downs, as you can probably imagine. I tend to look on the bright side of things, however. To the best of our knowledge, we were on a critical mission, saving the human race from extinction. That notion was always with us, and it instilled a sense of pride and duty. Sure, the living quarters could be considered cramped, and we could go nowhere else. But we also had near endless time with friends and loved ones. I suppose as I get on in years, I have learned to appreciate that more than anything.
Why were you one of the ones to come greet me when I first arrived?
Well, I know it must seem strange to you. I am not a captain, nor am I a security guard. But I was brought along for a very specific reason. The captain trusts me to de-escalate situations. Pardon me saying, but we did not know who you were or what your intents were. So, Captain Breckenridge wanted me to come along as a friendly face and keep the conversation amicable. I am glad that you were peaceful, and my role was as limited as it was. Thank you.
What do you do here?
I'm a doctor and a counselor. I assist my wife Lorelei in performing minor medical duties, but I also practice psychology and help maintain our crew's mental health.
Cool.
Be well on your journey.
No worries. So might as well just have a quick look around the living quarters here. As I'm not entirely sure if we've actually been through here, but I'm not really expecting to find anything like groundbreaking, but you never know, there might be an NPC worth talking to, potentially. Or maybe it was just a booty.
Just boy, am I glad stay out of trouble. Some sort of alien or something.
Wow, I've heard about you, but here you are.
Yep. Okay. Cool. I think we might be done here, guys. So, oh, okay. Right, just a little mini cubicle there. I guess there are 3 of them. With showers, toilets, a mirror, everything all in the one place. Just the essentials. Alright, so how do we get outside? I think the mission is already pointing the way for us, right? So
we were never trained to address threats coming from outside our ship.
this is engineering. Oh, okay. I have to go back down. My bad.
Never seen a ship like yours before. Then again, I haven't seen any ships before you arrived.
And to think, all this time, we thought we were alone. The Constant is a peaceful ship.
Okay, so what do we do for the Constant and its colonies, or its colonists, rather? I'm not sure. I'm not sure what's the fairest. But I would say that we're going to try to look for some sort of,
Your ship smells so much better
you know,
than Dad's.
compromise
Like, a lot.
between Paradiso and these people. And if we're gonna do that, we're gonna probably need to do quite a bit of persuasion. And it could be a challenging amount of persuasion as well. So we've got to be a little bit careful about it. Maybe we should take like some velocity or something like that, because that should bump up our persuasion quite a little bit. Maybe even Paramore. Paramore, I think, is the one that's going to give us the max. But yeah, we'll see how we go. We just need to get to security. Yeah, over that way. I thought it was over that way. We do still have the matter of the lost ring as well. And
We've got some of the best private security.
I did a little bit of research offline as to how to find that ring, so I might just quickly swing by the beach and see if we can do that first. I just feel like there's the chance that we might not have the ability to do that mission anymore if we resolve the first contact side quest. I think it's around here somewhere, potentially. Could be wrong. It might actually help if I tag this mission. There we go. Lost wedding ring. Is it even physically there? Like, I don't even see it, but anyway. We'll take it. And now we just need to return all the lost items, so we may as well do that, and then we'll talk to the head of security of Paradiso.
I guess I have to admit this resort.
I wish I had booked a stay for longer.
Surely I can do something for you?
I found all of the lost items on your lost and found list.
Huh. Well, this is unexpected. You really shouldn't have felt obligated to help. But the truth of the matter is, you've actually saved me a great deal of time and headaches, so I suppose I should give praise where praise is due? So, good. I should probably give you something for your trouble. Thank you, I guess.
3,000 creds for all of that, okay. I'm not entirely sure if it was really worthwhile. Who's this guy? I haven't seen this guy before.
There's plenty to see and do around the resort.
Emilian
I hope you'll join in the fun.
Vasilescu, or is he the meditation guy?
Hey, how's it going? You enjoying the resort?
It's okay, I guess.
Okay, come on, you're looking at paradise and it's just okay? Maybe the beach isn't your thing, but you won't find more beautiful or interesting people anywhere else in the universe. Name's Emilian, by the way. I work for the resort. You can come to me if any of the other staff here gives you trouble. Anyway, unless you need something else, I should probably get back to what I was doing. Gotta solve all the resort's problems before I can enjoy the Paradiso nightlife, if you're picking up what I'm putting down.
Activities. Speak to Emilian. Oh, okay. Could you tell me a little bit more about Paradiso nightlife?
What are you hinting at? Is that an invitation? 'Cause I already have plans tonight, but we could still... Oh, you were just asking about, like, in general. There is some talk about building a club, but that hasn't happened yet. So people tend to make their own nightlife. Me, I like to find that special someone and take him to the beach and just feel the cool ocean breeze while dancing on the sand to some chill music, you know?
This guy sounds very creepy and sleazy. What do you do here?
Well, I'm the shift manager, so I take care of my employees so they can in turn take care of our guests. Got to make sure things run smoothly here, you know? I also used to run speed dating, but that's been put on hold. Wine tasting's still going strong for the all-inclusive guests, though. Of course, at night I party like everyone else. Between you and me, this place is great for casual hookups, if you know what I mean.
If you don't stop with the flirting, I'm gonna have to report you. Sounds like you could use a hand.
You know what? I definitely could. We just got a major recall on our air purifiers, and neither me or any of my staff are able to get off-world to pick up the replacement parts.
What's wrong with the current air purifiers? Why the recall?
Bits of fibers from the filters can get blown out, not only defeating the purpose of the purifiers in the first place, but they're also harmful if breathed in. Bad design all around, I'm told. But I guess this was an expense corporate cheaped out on. And we're stuck with it for the time being until we can afford to replace the whole units.
Why can't you get the parts shipped in here from the manufacturer?
They told us they won't ship them here since we're in unincorporated territory outside of the UC or Freestar Collective. Too much of a risk of pirates. Too much liability, they say. Funny, it's not a problem for other companies. Anyway, that's where we are.
Alright, I could get those parts for you if you're willing to compensate me.
Wow, that'd be great. You can pick up the purifier parts using this claim slip at the Unified Transport Facility at Gagarin Landing. It's a long-term storage facility where the parts are being kept. Just show the claim to the shipping manager, Akachi Rosenblum, and you'll get what we need. Thanks. You're really saving my ass.
Okay, cool. We can definitely do that. Gagarin Landing. We haven't been to Gagarin Landing in a very long time. Sorry, there. Let's put that back. Okay, that was kind of random. Anyway. Let's deal with first contact, though, because we do need to negotiate.
Hey,
oh, yes, that's right. We don't actually report back to the security officer. We actually report back to the owner of Paradiso. Okay, yeah, so we haven't exactly been to the executive floor, have we? I'm not sure if we've been to the deluxe penthouse suite. But anyway, let's not worry about that just yet. And let's report in.
Excuse me, you can't just waltz in there. Do you have an appointment?
I kind of do. You have a problem with a ship in orbit, and I'm here to help.
Oh, you're the one they're waiting for then. Do you need anything else from me before you meet with the board?
Let's just exit for a second there. And I do want to take some velocity before we go in there, so one sec.
Hi there. I've got a lot of my
Okay, so I guess we need to say this particular sentence before we can actually go into the boardroom. Let's just ask a few questions first, though. What's it like working for Paradiso?
I can't speak for anyone else, but I've got a pretty high-pressure job working as the executive assistant to the Paradiso board. You can imagine, dealing with a team of execs, trying to manage all of their schedules and their other whims. But it pays well, and they give me a nice executive suite at the hotel to live in, so it's not all bad. Free access to all the resort's amenities after work helps too.
What were everyone's thoughts when the ECS Constant showed up?
People were a little freaked out around here, understandably. It looks so different and it's so massive. We honestly thought we were under attack by an unknown entity. But then, nothing happened. It just stayed there. No one could communicate with it. And we've been very careful not to alert the resort guests. The board believed it would be bad for business.
Well, it's gonna get a little worse, I would say. What can you tell me about the board members?
What I could tell you would get me in a lot of trouble. Most of them are typical C-level execs. I doubt you even need to use your imagination for that. The ones that show up to work day to day, at least. I swear, I've never even met some of them, because they chill at their own private secluded beach homes all the time. Anyway, be smart around Oliver. He's got a way of getting what he wants without you realizing it. And that's all I'll say. I hope I was able to help.
Alright, let's take some... Oh, what do we have here? Okay, we've got a whole bunch of new things that... Okay. Not really important. Velocity. There we go. Alright.
Let me know if I'm able to help with anything.
Now we are ready.
Sure. Have fun in the shark tank. And don't worry, even they call it that.
Okay, that's a little bit pretentious to be calling themselves the Shark Tank.
I just feel that we should be focusing on the natural beauty of this planet, not our amenities.
There are millions of planets out there. People can go to any one of them. The resort facilities are precisely what we bring to the table. Heck, it's the only thing we've really got to offer.
I don't want to risk us coming off as just another artificial, shady, trash-filled dump like Neon. That's not who we are. We've got something special here. We should embrace that.
Blom's right.
Thank you.
We don't want to compete with Neon. Bayou's ruthless. He'll do anything he can to eliminate the competition. We don't need that kind of trouble. That being said, I think there's a middle ground. Maybe build up the beachfront at a boardwalk amusement park. I've had this idea to build artificial hot springs, that sort of thing.
Sounds good. I'll look into what that will cost us and we can circle back around to this.
Okay, we were warned about this Oliver guy and how he sort of twists things
With a name like
around.
Paradiso,
So
the marketing for this place
Come on, mate.
writes itself.
Loads more interesting things to do outside. No need to mill about in here.
Are there really only 3 board members?
No, of course not. There's several more. We're just the ones who show up day to day. The others spend their time lazing on the beach or gallivanting off-world. Doesn't bother me, though. Less cooks in the kitchen means I get to make all the big decisions around here. Seems to be working out for us just fine.
What can you tell me about Paradiso?
We, the Paradiso Group, bought the rights to this planet years ago with the intent of turning it into the biggest and best resort in the universe. To that end, I'd say we've succeeded. As such, no other leisure enterprises may operate on the planet without renting land from us. But as you can see, none can afford such a deal.
I understand you're the man I need to talk to about that strange ship in orbit.
I am. And you must be the diplomat Jiro told me about. Welcome, welcome. Normally I'd offer you an all-inclusive stay at our resort before we spoke. But given the circumstances, I'm going to cut to the chase. We've got our friends, the aliens, up there causing all sorts of problems for our resort. You like that? The marketing team came up with it. The thought is, if we can't get rid of them, it might actually attract more tourism. Come see the aliens!
Why is this problem so urgent to you?
We run a premier resort getaway here. We can't have our guests concocting stories about some budgy old ship hanging around up there. As it is, we've had to reroute our luxury liners around the other side of the planet on entry so no one sees it. It's bad for business. We need to nip this in the bud and take care of it before the tourists catch on and cause a scene.
Alright, let's just get to the matter at hand.
Ah, we're being direct then. Good on you. So, what do you know about this dodgy ship I'm hearing all about?
It's a generation ship full of colonists from Earth, here after a 200-year journey.
Well, that's something. Shame we can't just tell them kindly to bugger off. Something tells me that's not going to work. Now, tell me, what are we going to do about it? Give me some proposals, people. I need something to work with here.
We could offer to resettle them here. There's more than enough space.
They could stay here, temporarily, but it'll cost them. Quite a bit, too. They'd need to work off all their debts before being allowed to leave.
Maybe not. What if we help them get out of here? Outfit their ship with a grav drive so they can find a new home. We could even lend our engineers to help and give their captain an updated star map. What do you think?
Sounds costly. We can't absorb that cost, and it's unlikely they even have compatible currency, let alone enough for the transaction. Someone else would have to foot the bill.
Oh, I swear this would be a lot easier if they ceased to exist entirely. Anyway, Seema's got the right idea. Either works for me. Just tell me what you want to do.
I think Balam's got the best head in this room, really. Why can't they just settle on the other side of the planet or something?
We own this planet, they don't. Here at Paradiso, we don't like leaving things to chance. Who knows what these people will do with their land? Imagine the landscaping disasters they might come up with, and how that might mar the satellite imagery of the planet in our brochures. No, much better to assimilate them into our culture if they come here to live, rather than leave it to chance.
These are human beings, and you're worried about landscaping? That's absurd.
Well, absurd or not, that's our official stance. I make the decisions that are best for our entire group. You don't.
So they can live here, but they'd be indentured servants?
Oh, I didn't say that specifically. This would be a mutual contract for room and board in exchange for services rendered. Of course, there's no telling how long this arrangement will last, given the substantial costs we'd need to take on in order to accommodate them here, including their continued room and board. But this may save the resort on operating costs in the long term, as we'd be able to let go of some of our current paid staff.
Oh, bloody hell. That is so bad. Wait, why do I have to buy the grav drive for them?
It's not our responsibility to bear the brunt of that cost. We're being more than generous by offering the use of our engineering team to help install it. A custom grav drive can't come cheap, and I assume they have neither the monetary means nor the connections to get a hold of that kind of technology. That leaves the only other party in this negotiation. You.
Okay, there's no persuasion here. Let's see what happens if we say that we've made up our mind.
And which proposal will you be taking to the good captain? I assume there's a captain?
What if after this they continue to insist their claim to this planet predates you? Or predates yours?
They'd be hard-pressed to defend their claim in any courts. Our charter goes back years. It was registered with both the UC and Freestar Collective, per the Centaurus Proclamation. We may be outside the settled systems, but that charter is official as can be. I'm sorry, but you're going to need to be the one to break the news to them that they need to make a compromise or leave.
I wonder if there's a way to find the original claim to this planet, 190 or so years ago. I'll convince them to take the settlement deal. Oh, hang on. No, the settlement deal would make them indebted to these guys, and that just doesn't feel right. I think we'll go with the grav drive and convince them to settle elsewhere.
Ah, good on you. You want to see a man named Benny St. James over at Hope Tech. He's the best in the business. If anyone can retrofit a 200-year-old ship with a modern grav drive, it'd be him. We'll coordinate our engineering team with his when you return, though you may have to help the Constance engineers prepare for it on their end. Good luck. Right. On behalf of the Paradiso Group, we appreciate your help.
Yeah. Okay, I think that's probably the best outcome, because if they settle here, they'd have to work off God knows how big the debt is, and it wouldn't really be fair to those people to be working off a debt that, that these people are imposing on them. Plus, it's not exactly fair for the Paradiso people to also have to uproot, although I guess the people who were keeping, a track of planetary claims and stuff like that should have treated the claim to this planet a little bit more seriously 200 years ago. Anyway.
Don't worry about us.
It's all a bit of a mess, let's just say. I think a compromise is the only thing that we can really work towards, and a compromise is really the only thing that's going to get us any semblance of resolution and satisfaction from both parties. I don't know, I feel like the Paradiso group isn't really towing the line that much though. I guess they are going to contribute engineers, but we're gonna have to foot the bill for the grav drive. Not great. Anyway, so we do have, let me just see here. We just get a, yeah. Here. The request to go to Gagarin Landing to get some kind of a shipment. air purifier replacements or something like that. So let's do that first. It's been a while, actually. So, who knows? Maybe there's something new in Gagarin Landing. Yeah, feels like a blast from the past, this place. Is there anything that we need to sell? Probably not. Alright. There's the person we need to speak to, Akachi Rosenblum.
Sorry, I don't mean to be rude, but I've got a lot of shipments to process still, so let's cut to the chase. Are you here to claim a shipment in storage, or do you have some other shipping concern? Did one of my robots wander off again? Was it something else entirely?
There sure are a lot of robots around here, huh?
What do you expect? Robots never get tired. They don't need brakes. They can carry heavy loads. They're faster and more efficient in every way for this kind of work. And if I'm being honest, I prefer their company. When you've spent most of your life in space away from people, you learn to trust technology more than humanity.
Jeez, that's quite cold. A bit sad, to be honest. What can you tell me about this shipping warehouse?
Well, it's owned by Unified Transport. We employ a mostly robotic staff. Fewer mistakes that way. We do short-term storage, long-term. I guess that's pretty much it. It's a warehouse. We do shipping. Enough said.
There's a lot of cargo come through here?
You'd be surprised. Gagarin's had a bit of a resurgence lately as an industrial hub. It seems like every week we're storing and shipping more and more cargo. That reminds me, if this keeps up, we're going to need more robots.
I'm here on behalf of Paradiso to pick up air purifier parts for a recall.
I'd like to help you, but there's a problem with my computer system. I can't verify your claim number at the moment. The technician said they should be done fixing it by 1100 hours local time.
1100 hours, okay. Why are these parts stored here, out in the boondocks?
Look, Gagarin may be past its heyday, but we've still got a lot going on here. It's prime real estate for industrial ventures. Corporations will often contract with our secure warehouse facilities here to store merchandise. Some companies use it for older parts, like the ones you're picking up, so that they don't take up space they need in their own warehouses for merchandise that moves more quickly.
Alright, well, since we've got security pretty much maxed out, let's help fix the computer. If she doesn't mind.
Normally I wouldn't allow it, but work is starting to back up. And I wasn't looking forward to staying late to finish processing all the claims. So, what the hell? Take a crack at it.
Someone painted
Sweet,
some
okay.
choice words on the
So, back this way. Shipping depot computer. Otherwise, there's something else over there. I'm not entirely sure what. Wait until 11 Gagarin local time.
Heard about Space Frog?
But why do I have to go there to wait? Seems a little bit weird. You load into the computer system and manage to find a divide by zero error that has brought the entire system down. You manage to locate the source of the error and fix the code. The system starts back up and looks to be fully operational. Sweet, okay. That was way easier than I expected.
Not much time to talk. Lots of cargo to sort through today.
I fixed the computer. You should be able to verify that claim for me now.
How about that? I guess I can call off the technician. And thanks to you, I won't have to work extra to make up for the time. Here's your order. Thanks again for the help.
Cool. So we got our air purifier parts. Just need to return back to Paradiso. And then, yeah, we're gonna have to sort of do stuff at Hopetown, I guess, to, you know, line up this engineer or or technician or whatever to try and fit the grav drive. I might actually have to pay for the grav drive there as well. But one thing at a time. Let's go back to Paradiso first. Yeah, I don't know. I get the feeling this is maybe not the best outcome for the colonists. They have been wanting to colonize the planet for obviously 200 years, and that was their goal, really. But surely, if we give them an updated star map and a actual grav drive for their ship, they might actually be able to find a planet that's even better than Paradiso. Sorry, I keep calling the planet Paradiso. It's actually Porama 2. That's it. Anyway.
I'm here to satisfy your needs.
Can't
How's
wait
it going?
until we get those
Hope you've been
purifier
having
parts.
fun here.
Man, what would I have done if you hadn't come along to help?
I have the new air purifier parts for you.
Hey, you got them? That's great! And just in time, too. One of my maintenance people said they heard something rattling around in one of the purifier units. Thanks. I'll make sure the staff here always treats you right.
Cool. Easy 3,000 creds, although the creds are not really what I'm looking for with a lot of these side quests. It's more the experience, just so that we can sort of level things up a little bit quicker. Try and, you know, get a few more skill points. Actually, we haven't spent all of our skill points, to be fair, so I should actually look at doing that sometime soon. It's just very difficult sometimes to decide where you want to spend some of your skill points in first when, you know, we're not exactly needing some of the skills just yet. I'm sort of really interested in trying to get some more stealth going. We've had sections where we've needed to go in undetected, and it's proving to be very difficult to do that sometimes. And yeah, unfortunately, we're going to need to do a lot more sneak attacking before we can even think about getting to the next level. We might actually be able to just fast travel our way here. So, go to Hope Tech. Okay, here we are. And with Ron Hope removed, I wonder if this place has changed and people are going to start saying mean stuff to us, considering how much they liked Ron Hope.
I don't want to hear any complaints. Hey.
Okay. No one's treating us negatively or anything like that so far, so that's good. That's a good start. And yeah, I'm sort of hoping that if we are able to get these colonists to settle another planet, maybe we can actually go and visit them as well, and maybe they might have even more missions for us to help them out with their colony and, you know, give them a boost here and there when they need it. I'm just gonna see if I can deliver some aluminium. I don't know if I have any.
Oh, let me see. It doesn't appear you...
Oh, okay, no. Don't have any. My bad. Right, well, let's head up into the offices here. Actually, I am curious to see if I can find that second in command from Ron Hope. Is this the person? Okay. She seems like just a generic NPC.
Ron Hope knows his stuff.
Or maybe his office is up here, actually. My bad.
Just keep it holstered. We'll get along fine.
Oh, okay. We can't get in there, apparently. Well, that's a shame.
Oh no. That wouldn't work. The O2 needs enough capacity for the whole ship.
I hear you're an expert with grav drives and other ship parts. I need to ask you for a favor.
Sure, that sounds like me. What can I do for you? I'm a little busy, but I think I could spare some time.
Oliver Campbell sent me. I'm here about a grav drive for an old colony ship.
Oh, you should have just said that. Of course I can help you. Oliver sent a courier ahead of you. I did some research on ships from that era, and I have a decent idea what we're dealing with. So grav drives didn't really take off until after the ship was built. But I've got access to an ancient grav drive that looks like it could be compatible. With some minor adjustments. It's in good shape, too. Parts not cheap, though. Neither is the labor. Just pay the combined cost of parts and labor, and it's yours.
40,000 creds. Bloody hell. Can we back out of this and maybe get sourced?
Wait, we still have business to discuss.
Yeah. 1 second, dude. Let me just take a sip of this good stuff. And we'll continue our discussion about money and payment.
Hello. Ah, right.
40,000? Maybe we can find a better maybe we can find a way to lower that price a little bit?
It's a pretty big ask, given how rare these old grav drives are.
Ah, 4. Okay. Surely the profit you'd make doesn't compare to the freedom you'd be giving these people.
Maybe it is selfish of me to demand such a price. Tell you what, sounds like this is for a good cause. While I can't give you the part for free, I won't charge you for the work.
25,000. Okay, better than nothing. Yeah, that was way easier than I thought it would be, but seems very reasonable. Thank you.
You're darn right it is. I'll get to work on it right away. I recommend you go back to the ship and ask the captain to prepare for its retrofit. Standard stuff. I'm sure they have an engineer on board to help. We'll send the part along when it's ready and install it with the help of Oliver's people. Pleasure working with you.
Okay, cool. I don't know, guys. I feel like this mission, although it is kind of interesting and exciting that we've learnt about a 200-year-old colony ship, I just feel like the whole process of us resolving this is a little bit haphazard and a little bit too hasty as well. I feel like there could have been a lot more parts to this quest. You know, what about, like, finding a new home for them? You know, a decent enough planet, right? Like, maybe they would have asked us to just charter, like, you know, the fringes of space or something like that to find a better planet for them to relocate to. And then only then we would actually have access to that solution of, you know, convincing them to grab a new grav drive and actually go there. Anyway, I'm no game designer, so what do I know? Alright, let's fast travel back to the ship. So we're gonna have to have a chat with Ammon, the very excited engineer that we spoke to on the Constant.
Approaching ship. You've entered Freestar Collective space. Maintain your current course while we scan for contraband.
Can we now get there? Yes, we can.
And that's it. Enjoy, Neon.
Transports are right on the way.
While we're at it, we should also just give these guys like some new comms or something. Let them communicate with all the various other ships that they might come across, you know?
It's clear. We're docked.
Makes a lot of sense to me, anyway. So, wouldn't we actually report this to the captain before we actually do anything else? Like, why would we actually speak to Amin directly?
Waving that fancy gun around, you don't need to see what it can do.
Just stay out of trouble.
Mate, get out of the way, please. Thank you. So, I'm sort of thinking I want to go to the command bay first. And I just want to see if any new dialogue options come up when we actually have a chat with the
Just because our equipment's
captain.
old doesn't mean it won't work to take down troublemakers.
Is this the captain?
Now that you're here,
No.
I can finally give my crew a chance.
That's the navigator. Captain.
We didn't believe anyone would be out here, but I'm glad for it. Safe travels to you.
Okay. Nothing new, apparently. So let's have a chat with Amin. See what he says.
We were never trained to address threats.
I think maybe through here. Engineering. Amin.
If I can't tell you how many times I've had to make do with inelegant solutions to complex technical problems.
I was supposed to help you prep for the ship for installing a grav drive.
What grav drive? Just joking with you. The Paradiso engineers filled me in. Okay, let's see what we need to do. All right. This will be fun. And hopefully there will be no explosions in the process. I have just received word that the drive is here. Ready to get to work?
Sorry, did you say something about explosions?
Oh, don't worry about that. Just a little engineering humor. We've kept this ship going with minimal incidents this long. I'm not about to let anything happen to it now. But, to be clear, what we're doing is very dangerous, and we should be prepared for anything.
So, you need my help?
Yes, of course I need your help. My team needs to stay on top of their daily maintenance, and I need to make my own preparations for this gravity drive you brought us. Your help is going to be vital to this procedure. And have no worries, it'll be easy. I'll guide you through the process.
Well, I think I'm ready as I can be.
Great. There are 3 preparations I need you to help me make while I set things up on my end. First thing I need you to do is reroute the power from the port turbo pump to the auxiliary cryogenic radiator. Then, turn the plasma runoff inhibitor function to 5%. Last, you'll need to decouple the magnetic flange pipe enclosures from the auxiliary module assembly. Got it? Let's hop to it!
I hope he didn't want us to memorize all of that, because I don't know if I got all of that, and if we're at risk of destroying the ship if we don't do it properly, I might actually do it in the next episode. I was gonna make a comment though, that I feel like the amount of time we've had to wait between things occurring is a little bit immersion breaking here, and also the fact that the Paradiso guys managed to actually make contact with these guys. What happened to the whole, like unable to communicate thing? Or perhaps maybe since we've already docked with these guys, maybe the Paradiso engineers have already made contact by just docking here. Potentially. Anyway, so here are the various panels we need to use. Let's actually take a look. Okay, so which system would you like to adjust? Engineering control, computer, gamma. Okay. Yeah, it's a long list. Take a look at this one. Okay, yep. Right. Well, we definitely will need to just review the episode before I'd be comfortable making the right selections here, because I think we are at risk of maybe destroying this ship if we're not careful. So might call this an episode here. Strangely, we are sort of ending the episode exactly where we started this episode. So when we come back, we'll assist engineer or chief engineer Ammon here with preparing the ship to take the grav drive, and hopefully sometime in the next episode they will be on their way towards a brand new world that they can then call home. Anyway guys, hope you enjoyed this episode. As usual, leave a like, a dislike, or a comment or two down below. Stay true, and I'll see you guys in the next one.